Go to the phones. We got Mike Neighbors standing by, the head coach of Arkansas women's basketball, joining us on halftime today from, I'm assuming, on campus. Nabes, how you doing today? What's going on?
All morning, but been on campus all morning, but had to come home. I got kind of an Andy Griffith situation going around here, Phil. So I'm debating. JC and Bowen have been gone for a few days visiting family for Thanksgiving. I'm trying to decide how much to clean the house up. You remember that episode where Aunt B was gone and Andy and Opie cleaned the house, and Aunt B came back feeling all like she wasn't needed. So I'm in a little bit of a dilemma. So y'all feel free to help me out.
Just hire somebody, Coach.
Well, you could hire me to come over and help because I know you don't enjoy cleaning up. Come on now.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Especially when you got a game to plan for on Wednesday, right? And four games in 5 days once the season starts on Wednesday. I mean, you guys are – usually the season would have started 2 weeks ago, but you want to talk about, like, sprinting right after the gun. That's what Arkansas women's basketball is doing.
Yeah, we've been off so long, we got our legs under us, so we've had the prep work done. We took about a week each for those first four opponents and worked backwards. We worked for Maryland a few weeks ago, and now we've kind of worked it back where we can get our focus squarely on ORU this week. And, it's time to play, man.
And I know you guys got your work cut out for you in the Gulf Coast Showcase in Fort Myers with some really good matchups against you. But what do you know about Oral Roberts for Wednesday? I'm starting my game prep on Arkansas right now, and I'll get the ORU stuff done tomorrow. So what can you tell me about the Golden Eagles?
Well, the Lispy kid gave us fits last year, and she's back for her senior year. She's really, really good player. They've got a lot of new faces. A lot of the kids that we've played the last 3 or 4 years are gone, but they've got a stud coming back, and they'll build around her. And anytime Misty's over there and got Lee Mayberry sitting on the bench, I don't sleep too well at night. He's got a little Bud Walton magic in him.
Have you ever had a backcourt like you have this year, with depth, with buckets from every single angle? And I know I'm asking kind of a tough question here because you've taken a team to the Final Four in Washington, but when I look at your backcourt, I can't imagine a team that's any better at these positions.
Yeah, no, and you got in the experience factor, and we've had talented kids, but they were at different stages. We had Plum in the same backcourt with Ari McDonald, who's now a 2-time All-American at Arizona. So she was just a freshman then, though. So not the depth and the experience and the playing at the highest level, all those things factored in. It's a deep court. It's a hard lineup to crack into right now. We've got some kids who really got better over the summer that, their minutes may not reflect how much they've improved because of the kids in front of them. But it's going to be fun. We know to be deep this year with COVID like it is, depth is going to be a huge thing. And really proud of all of our kids, how they've hung in there.
Hey, Coach, I'm wondering, have you run the 5 guards out there at any point in time in practice leading up to the season? And if so, what are the analytics on that?
We had a moment there. Taylor Thomas was out for a little while. So we played Aaron in there and Marquisha Davis in there a little bit. So, yeah, we've had 5 guards. Offense looked real good. We didn't rebound too well. Some of our defensive rotations were off, but, we've got to plan in if we have to go 5 guards. But, you'll see Jalen Mason popping around playing probably 4 different positions for us. A lot of versatility. So there is no telling what kind of lineups this 2021 season may unfold with.
And there's so much talk about your backcourt, and for good reason. I mean, I think that's where you're going to win a lot of your games. But I want to ask about your front court players, those who be down on the blocks, players like Taylor Thomas. Certainly Erin Barnum, I think, showed a lot her first year. And you said Macy Weaver has also shown a lot. She had to sit last year with an injury and really hasn't been able to play much in 2 years.
Yeah, injuries are crazy. Sometimes kids come back with a unique perspective, a new perspective. Macy's in the best shape she's ever been in her life. She's running the floor out there. I would tell you right now, she's our second fastest kid running the floor next to Taylor. Erin's a close one in there, but she's really had a good last 2 months. She's got a lot of experience. She's always known what to do. which just has battled that injury bug. So she gives you a lot of size, and she knows how to play. She understands her role as well as anybody that we have. So we've got a front court. Taylor really came in last year in incredible physical condition and just won that spot outright and took off with it and has kept it ever since. She's even better. Erin, like you mentioned, showed really some flashes last year as a freshman, and now she's really starting to understand what SEC level play is like and life as a student too. She's really done a good job in the classroom and off the court. So we've got confidence at every spot. It's going to be a 9-10 rotation early in the year as we see how things settle out. And that's new for us as well. We've normally been 6 or 7, so that'll be a unique look for us.
Any trepidation as to, some of the news that we hear coming out about college basketball teams that have had to shut down? I mean, even just while we've been on the air today, Mike, Ole Miss has had to cancel some games. I mean, the men's team's now shutting down for 2 weeks. Tennessee's done the same thing. Danielle Musselman said she's making Muss stay in the guest house for the entire season. So, I mean, what's your mindset now with all the news that we've been hearing in college basketball and what you guys are about to experience in these next few weeks?
Oh, we're in trouble if that happens around my house. We don't have a pool house or a guest house, so I'm going to be in the doghouse, I guess. I hope JC's not listening, but sure, you're concerned for the kids first, but our kids have managed it. Our athletic training staff has been amazing in helping us mitigate as many chances for them to get sick as we can. We're going to have enough to play every game based on how many kids have had it and who's been in quarantine and who had it prior, antibodies and all that stuff. So it's going to be up on our opponents. We're going to play. We're going to be able to play. So we're very diligent in what we're doing, how we're rooming people, who sits by who on the airplane, how we're stretching. Nothing has gone unturned this year. It's been crazy, the things we've taken for granted over the years, but and you've got to be flexible. The thing we've been talking to the kids about is, I use my papa neighbors a lot. He always said things that are made to not bend usually end up breaking. So be flexible, be bendable, be that oak tree out in the yard, and whatever comes our way, be ready to bend with it and adjust to it. Coach Schaefer was able to get not only a schedule together, but we've got some standby alliances. If we lose a game, we got some people we're going to pick the phone up and call. And I think you're going to see us try to play as many basketball games as we can safely get in this year.
You guys have a great non-conference schedule, and I mean tough. Wake, Florida Gulf Coast, Maryland, Baylor, for crying out loud, Little Rock. This is a tough non-conference schedule that Coach Schaefer put together.
Yeah, and we felt like, you have a good team, you need to play a great schedule. And we felt like we needed to challenge them. And, that's before you even turn the page and look into the SEC. But, we got 6 teams that we're going to play that have national championship banners hanging up, and a lot of teams that are perennial NCAA tournament teams. People won't, Florida Gulf Coast isn't, necessarily one of those teams that you think of immediately, but it's a guy that wins 30 games a year down there. And most people won't even play him at their place. But, in a year like this, I think you got to be challenged. And, our record may not be very, good at the end of the year, but I think we'll have a good team. And I've never been one to care about, your wins as long as your losses are quality and you're learning from them, and try to peak in March and give yourself a chance to win in tournament time.
Mike, we got a hard break coming up here, so we'll have to leave it there. Okay. Appreciate you, man. Looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday morning.
All right, fellas. Thanks so much.
You got it. That's Mike Neighbors, one and only head coach, Arkansas women's basketball.